because I decided that I was going to fast today. But I'm going to break the fast with this Cara orange. I told you these Cara oranges were pink on the inside, but oh my gosh, the juice blurted out. Maybe that's significant to somebody else. The juice blurted out it's moisture or something like that. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're being safe about it. Personal protection equipment. Everybody's uses is not safe. So definitely make sure you're going and you're getting your checkups and you're wrapping it up as well. And you're practicing safety, and you're being aware when you go into situations. Sometimes it seems unfair to your burst in libido and everything, but yeah, that pause might save your life or someone else's. And yeah, don't be ashamed of having pride about yourself. It's definitely a thing now. It's back in style. But I had mentioned earlier something about New Balances. I don't know if somebody's like a fan of just wearing New Balances. That's what they always have. But I was saying that in reference to a New Balance in life too. But I think it also applies to this old thing that we used to do. We used to have a superstition back in the day. The superstition was you do not buy your spouse shoes. And I'm always wondering about that. It made me think about it. There's something in my energy right now. It's positive too. It's not bad today. So what I'm thinking is, remember that old saying, if you buy your spouse shoes, they'll leave you for sure. Well, I think some of those superstitions might have something to it. Might not just be like the superstition, the ooh spooky thing. I'm thinking maybe there's like some type of psychology to it. Because most people that buy each other shoes, they end up cheating in the very same shoes, or they it's like it excels them to leave and go do something else or go show off or something like that. I don't know, but I think there's something to that. I'm gonna sit on it for a while. By the way, this carrot orange is wonderful. If you've ever had one, mm, it's good to break your fast. I was gonna have some. I got some glow juice left. If you got a chance to get some, it's watermelon, ginger, apple, celery, cucumber, turmeric. Did I mention ginger? Yeah, I didn't put any sugar in it. I didn't put any honey in it. It was good and sweet. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna start the tarot in a second. Give me a second. It's so good. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. And I did get a chance to steam the crab legs. They came out so good. I can't wait to do these 12 signs and then do it. Oh my God, and then eat. I'm going to dive in. Mm. Thank you, Father God, for that orange. That was wonderful. Awesome. So, let's get started with our tarot. Hello, kitty. I've always got some little cute character around. It reminds me of how far I've come. It's vintage anyway. And keep hope alive. That's for someone who needs a little bit of good spirit. I like that she has a little red onesie on. It's cute, isn't it? Oh. Somebody's gonna have a little girl, or somebody wants to have a little girl. Somebody has they have one already. Do right by a little girl. And the better you do by a little girl, the better it should get with other females in your life. I don't know who that's for. Try not to have a weird relationship with your female child. See them as a 360, not a 180. Don't cut them down to a 90 either. Try to see them as everything and be appropriate in your approach. Like, some of us think just because it's a girl, you could deal with her like you deal with any other woman. And you can't, because all girls are not the same. And it's the same for boys. Sometimes you see a boy and you're like, he's just a boy. No, he has a name for a reason, because he's an individual. Um, he's come from two people that other people probably haven't come from at a specific time. So keep in mind that even though we might have a silhouette or, likeness with other people, there's something that determines our individuality, and a lot of us need to be reminded of that. And if you never meet a person, it doesn't give you a right to make a narrative about a person. Keep in mind, social media is a one dimension of seeing a person, and a person has control over how you see them in one aspect, and also person has no control of the opinion or the story that you might make up about them. So you got to be careful with that. Don't carry your cognitive dissonance off the screen, and don't make any, okay, I thought I saw something, and don't make any, weird relationships with people you don't know in real life. Like it's hard enough dealing with people that already know you, who already want to like alter the truth. But when strangers come along and they make it hard, it's like you're fighting against the whole world and ghosts and people you know all at the same time. So just be careful of how you process things. Context means everything. And, some people don't always tell the whole story, and they benefit from that. So be mindful. So we're going to get started today. Excuse me. I haven't started in Pisces in a while. So let's get there. I got the things upside down. There you go. You see what I did there? Okay, so they're not upside down now. So we've got the Hermit and we've got the Queen of Cups. Okay, that's what we got. We've got Scorpio as well. That's Gemini and Cancer energy. And there you go to Scorpio. You see the Scorpio Hermit. That's a 5. Instability, exaggeration, overexertion, strife, changes, freedom, and loss. And the answer is a no. If whatever you're thinking about doing, I don't think so. So this is saying regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. So that's Scorpio energy. That's a 5. So this person is, if they're not out in the cold physically, they're out in the cold mentally, and they feeling a little disconnected. That may or may not be karma. This is one of the first Decan Scorpio signs. So you're the king of the waters, and sometimes that's the thing about it. Sometimes your stinger stings you when you're too busy trying to strike. So if you're a Scorpio in this energy, justice might be being served at this time, but trouble doesn't last always. So be mindful of how you treat people, because others can very well treat you that way, and sometimes worse. Okay, so then we've got this Gemini Cancer energy that was at the bottom of the deck split. This is the bottom of the deck split. So somebody's also splitting ways, cutting ties. Compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive, caring. This is the Queen of Cups, which is a Gemini Cancerian energy, water. So it's a lot of emotion, swimming in emotions. So either you're splitting ways from this Gemini Cancer energy, the Scorpio is splitting ways from the Gemini Cancer energy, or somebody in the signs of something like that, okay? So yeah, this is Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio energy. And this is a yes when it comes to the Gemini, Cancer energy, or the person that is concerned in this situation. So yeah, so somebody's trying to be compassionate about the whole bad situation. It seems to be a very sucky situation. And it's only 5 out here. So life path number 5 means changes and options. So definitely there will be some changes. Some people will be leaving your life, and some people will be coming in, and some people just need to go and sit down because they don't know how to be friends with people, and they don't know how to not gossip. They don't know how to keep good company with people. They're often bad company. My bad. I got orange debris all over the place. Okay, so this is what this is for the Gemini, Cancerian, Scorpio energy. And this is my Pisces reading. So intuitive, lots of emotion. Okay. So this is that Pisces reading. So the Pisces has something in their chart, Scorpio in their chart. They are water signs. So look out for all water signs. That is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Mindful Pisces is one of the highest. That's why it kind of as above, so below. So the feet control the Pisces. The feet are Pisces. Pisces is soul, fish. Anybody having fish? I'm being serious because fish is a good brain food. So anybody who's trying to do a little good, more fish in your diet. Or omega threes if you're not a fish eating person. Omega threes, fatty oils. Avocado is a good replacement for that. Okay, that's for somebody. I guess that's nail health, um, nail, skin, and brain health. Yeah, fatty acids. All right, Scorpio. So I haven't even drawn your cards yet. We were just getting to the split of the deck. So that's somebody splitting ways with the Pisces energy, water, or just an emotional breakup. It doesn't have to be a Pisces. It could just be an emotional breakup. And then the Queen of Cups came back out with the Aquarius. So maybe this Queen of Cups is splitting ways with an Aquarius now. So the overall gist I'm getting is there's a lot of emotional breakups happening right now in the Pisces energy as Pisces season approaches because we are right there knocking on the door. There will be a lot of splits with all the signs. A lot of the signs will be seeing a lot of people exit and enter their lives as appropriate and as needed. Also, while I'm thinking about it, while I'm knowing it, I don't even need the cards for this. Prepare to see some people being shifted out of some jobs and some workspaces as investigations across the globe are wrapping up. We have no idea. And I was mentioning spider webs. You have no idea how far a spider web will blow. Have you ever been out in the street or you go outside? And all of a sudden you feel something on your face and it's almost invisible, but you finally swipe and it's like a spider web. This is how far a spider web can blow. It can cross all regions across the whole world. Same thing as electronic funds exchanges too. Shit, did the hit dog holler? Who the hell is here? I think you need to go if you need to go. Because that was definitely an alarm. Yeah. Hit dog did holler just now. Boy. So, I was talking about the job thing. So, yeah, there will be job shifts. People will be coming in to replace the people. Hopefully, we're getting a good batch this time. There were some people who were playing favoritism and not actually really doing their job, and they were doing a few things. So just kudos to those people, and hopefully the business changes. And then we've got the Queen of Cups. Dang, why do you keep doing this, honey? Then she's parting ways with this Seven of Pentacles. This person has a long-term view, hard work. Is she parting ways with this person? No. That's the no. It's a third deacon Taurus. It's Seven of Pentacles Taurus. Long-term view, hard work, perseverance, diligence, sustainable results, investment. Regaining or losing control, mastery, choices, responsibility, myth, secret. So maybe she is parting ways with this person because it's still in the split. Okay, so this person is not doing so bad, but they're not feeling so well emotionally. Remember, we're still in Pisces. This is a split with a Taurus as well. Queen of Cups is splitting with the Taurus, and it looks like they're doing well, but their money is moving a little slow, a little depressed at the time. Looks like a little limerence over things. You see, not a beard, just a little mustache, and they're working hard in the field to till these pinnacles, but they're still in the split with this queen. I don't know. I just did the shuffle and I keep coming back to this girl and this guy. Okay, so far looks like you're leaving everybody. Gemini Cancerian. This is So we've already broke up with the Taurus. We've broken up with the Scorpio. We've broken up with the Aquarius. Who else the hell has got to go? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because I didn't know Cancer was going. I mean, Pisces. Why did I say Cancer? I didn't know Pisces was going to get like that. Hey, how you doing? Dang, Queen of Cups came back out again. You see, I am actually putting these cards together and I'm taking them back apart. So, are we splitting with the Knight of Pentacles? Okay, let's see. Hard work, productivity, routine, conservation, efficiency, responsibility. Maybe we're taking some retention time. This is an Aries Taurus, so all Taurus doesn't have it. We got yes, yes. So this might be the union that's on hold until some things clear, until the smoke clears, because sometimes people have leftover relationships, regurgitated things, people that are not ready for change. There are some people who are not ready to see you in another relationship. hmm There are some people that just don't want to see you smiling with somebody. They don't want to see you walking hand in hand. Yep. And if they can't come at you through your money, if they can't get at you through your kids, you know what the next best thing is. No, it's not social media. It's your pockets. So watch out, especially if you've had a penchant for some heathens. I know I used to deal with male gold diggers just for a hot second, but I don't know. They became very prevalent in the last few years. I don't know what happened. So let's just make sure. Yeah, there's going to be hating, but you got to be sure that you're ready to do some break it up, because there are somebody who say they say they're ready to break up, and they're ready to break up, but the heathen comes around and puts the pressure on them, and then next thing you know, they've given them $20, they've given them $10, and then $20 turn to $10 turn to a midnight call and toilet chat, and then next thing you know, they're meeting up at the hotel, and boop, there's a mistake, and you've lost your mate. You know what I'm saying? So let's just make sure we keep the nose, and the yeses, the yeses. You don't want to blur those lines anymore. People ain't going for it. They're like cutting you off as soon as they see something. And I think that's good, because people have gotten too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get too comfortable or complacent, because a person that feels as though you ain't nobody, you're going to be there when they come back, that's disrespect to even take that stance toward you. Guess what? The the best part of being in a relationship is the friendship. Because if you get to learn a person, you'll know if a relationship is perfect. If you are easily swayed by other people coming around, even if it's not talking about that person with that person, maybe it's because that person sees you're in a relationship, they have to make it look like you could be taken away. You have to watch out. People love to angle things all the time. So you have to be secure in yourself, and you also have to have somebody that's secure. Because if you have a person that's always listening to the third party information, or the third party that might be their brain, because people do convince themselves of lies too. Just make sure you got somebody straight and you're straight too. And it's okay if a person leaves, you'll be okay. And I'm not just saying that at the minute somebody says boo, it's time to go. Some people do deserve a little work and a little bit of effort, but you'll know. Use your discernment. So we're still leaving folks in the Knight of Pentacles. So I don't think this is a leave. I think this is a split, because some things have to be cleared. Because this girl has compassion. This guy is working hard. So I think eventually they'll meet up. It's not quite Aries season. So, take your time. Remember, retention is everything, because you want to be ready, and also you want to be clean when you meet this person. You also don't want things to catch you up, because guess what? Some people do have to take their time in a relationship, and some people are so single that they can go to Vegas They can hit the courthouse because they don't have things lingering in their energy. Isn't that refreshing? There's actually people out there that exist like that. So we're in Pisces still. So this is an Aries Taurus. Get familiar with the traits of this Aries Taurus. It doesn't have to be an Aries Taurus, but it is an energy. It's definitely an energy. And the Aries is usually the Emperor energy. But this is an Aries Taurus Knight of Pentacles. This is someone that's still growing. They're youthful, they have energy, and they're getting to the bag. Also, they have a little bit of dark humor. They're a bit dark, okay? They're on a dark horse. So they've got a little bit to work on. They're not perfect, but they're perfectly chill. So shout out to this Aries Taurus. Maybe you're getting ready for your Queen of Cups. That's a good offer. All right, so we're still in Pisces. I don't know why we're stuck here. All right, let's get out of here so that I can get going with the day. All right, so let's put these cards together and split it up. She still keep coming out across from people, and you're watching the cards. You see her? Queen of Cups still here splitting from people. Oh, she's splitting from these three hoes. That's them friends. That's the peanut gallery. That's the church members. That's the co-workers. That's the people that hang out at the water cooler. That's the folk at the grocery store. That's the neighbors that talk behind your back secretly. That's your grandma, cousin, and them. That's all them. That's always gossiping, talking about other people's business. Always sweeping other folk porch, never sweeping their own. That's Nene and them. They don't never lead the projects, but as long as they got a man, they trying to figure out where your woman at. They always competing. You know, my man and them. You get a dirt bike, they go steal too. You know what I'm saying? They always boosting. They got a booster chick. You don't know that she done stole all the clothes that they wearing, but you know. They shitting on you, of course, but they didn't spend no money on nothing. They spent it on the table because, you know, they stole everything else. So they can stunt on everybody, of course. So, you know, them people who got all these opinions, but no receipts. They seem to always know how to finally locate yours. These are the people you might have to cut off. That's a split. And that's Cancer energy. So there are some messy folk in your life that talk a lot. Because I know some really mouthy Cancers. They talk a lot and they talk everybody's business. They celebrate, they collaborate, they create chaos. They think they friends, but they talk about each other too. That's their community. That's your community. There's somebody community is toxic as hell, and they are happy being toxic. No one has taught them any better. So we've got triplicity, expression, expansion of the idea, growth, first stages of completion. So somebody is coming to the end of a cycle dealing with all these messy folk. So please get me out of Pisces. Can I get out of Pisces? Okay. I think I can move forward out of Pisces. Let's see. Dang. She really got something against this hermit. So now we're out of it. We're out of Pisces, okay? She really got something against. She's gone hermit. So I guess the queen, she done left everybody, ghosted everybody. So she's gone hermit. And I guess the mate for her is going to mirror her because he's going to be away from everybody. He's going to cut off everybody. That's necessary. Doesn't mean he has to ostracize himself for the whole world. This is self-inflicted ostracization, isolation, I should say. So yeah, both parties are in self-love mode. They're taking care of their business. They're tending their gardens. You see these two people are not looking at each other. So we came back around to the Hermit in this Scorpio energy. So the Scorpio is usually a lot of passion. This is my second time around. Soul searching, introspection, contemplation, wisdom, truth seeking, being alone, independence, inner guidance, meditation, consciousness. And this is the Virgo. So it's not Scorpio. This is the Virgo. They're both looking down. So no one's attention is on each other. And this is a maybe. So can I move on from Pisces? There's an earth sign that may be a maybe, but for the most part, cut off from the Virgos too. Woo. All right. All right. Can we get something else? Because I keep trying to shuffle. All right. Now we got the Hermit and the Magician. Yes, we can move on. That was a lot. That was a lot getting out of Pisces. So I'm just gonna give you the whole gist of it. There's a Pisces that has done dark work on a lot of people. There's a lot of illusions being cast on by a Pisces energy, and this is why everybody was trapped in that energy for a while. There's a lot of illusions. There's a whole community that is under some type of spell work, and this is the crazy part about it. You don't have to be directly connected to it for the spider web to have hit you. All you got to do is connect a hand to a hand to a hand to a name to a hand to a favor to a deed, and that's how that works. The sun is peeking out. Illumination. Finally, we can get on to the Aries energy, and the Magician is here. We are entering the manifestation stage of the Hermit because it came out differently this time. So great. Now that we are in Aries, we are in a Fulton because this is a 9 and a 1. This is the end of a cycle. Here we go with the Virgo and the, what is this? Is that Venus? Yeah, this is Venus. Action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, creativity. And here we go. Happy Tuesday, Aries. You're up next. As we clear out the emotions from Pisces season, a lot of people are coming out of the stupor because Pisces season, they all had us under illusions. A lot of us were, and a lot of us were coming out, and a lot of us were looking at everybody else like, should we go in or do we wait for them to come out? Hopefully you waited for them to come out. Getting a phone call, I'm sorry. Hopefully you waited for them to come out because if you went in there after them, you got some of their karma. And I hope that ass whooping wasn't too bad because you didn't need to touch it anyway. Don't feel like you're abandoning people because if they are not learning the lesson while you're there with them, they got to learn the lesson after you leave. Either way, the lesson has to be learned the same way you had to learn it. They don't have to learn it the exact same way. God has a plan for everybody. You're not bigger than the program. Okay, so in Aries season, let's pull the cards because Pisces had me stuck. I could not pull no cards in Pisces. Pisces wanted me stuck. Pisces does not want me to tell what Pisces be doing. Pisces be trying to do shut up spells. And the crazy part about it is if they're doing the spell and you're innocent, it hits all the people who are not living right around you. And it's so wild. You'll see people glitching out, and it's because they're trying to do some really powerful work, and it's hitting all the low people around you. So you could tell, you'd be like, oh man, they glitching out, so it must have hit them instead of me. So interesting. But it's karma. It's karma. It's working against them. And the fact that they pass it on through so many people, it takes a while before it actually hits the right person, which is the person who initially put that energy out there in the atmosphere. It's so wonderful to actually be gaining knowledge every day. I would be a fool to say I'm finished learning. It would be. So, for scientific reasons, I'm going to say this. I learned about Raleigh scatter, and I think this is why we process things in colors differently. And this is why we process other races and other cultures differently, because we apply colors to races and other cultures, which is kind of weird because we're all human beings at the end of the day, and we're all quite capable of some wild and egregious and horrendous things. But the thing about it is, we try to connect these personalities and to colors, which is different because we all like to wear colors in our clothes and different pigments and different shades and things of that natures and hues. We accept it on clothes, but we don't accept it on skin. It's very weird. Okay, so when I was talking about Raleigh scatter is the process of one's brain. And this is why some people, when you ask them what color is the sky, and this is why when they ask what color my eyes are, some people will say blue. Some people have said green, but they're really gray. This is what's crazy. So they're really gray. So that really does depend on a person's process of the colors. Raleigh scatter is the process of one's brain toward the sky. So most of us think of the sun as yellow. The sun is not. The sun is white. It's white hot heat. And because it is white, it reflects. When it reflects, it is so intense that our eyes have to process it as a color in order for our brains to word it, right? And that's like the process of Raleigh scatter. So depending on where you are in the spectrum and how your brain process it, you'll either see a blue sky, a scarlet sky, a gray sky, or whatever, right? And that's Raleigh scatter. That's the concept. So what if we apply that to the skin concept? If you're not ready to process all the different colors of the skin, then maybe you're going to shut out some different hues, right? And this is what happens when you see a blue sky opposed to a scarlet sky or purple sky or pink sky. It's all in the process of the eyes and and your brain's process. And apparently we all kind of process this kind of the same, but others don't. They see other hues. They don't always see blue. Sometimes they see teal. Sometimes they see purple and things of that nature. Just like they say, a lot of men are kind of colorblind to some extent. I am not, but I'd like to visit there sometime whenever I get a chance to. I definitely got to experience Atlanta again to see if I have to run the second time. Because the first time I got sick as soon as I got through the airport. The only thing I did do, I met a smoking barbecue guy that worked at the airport as a TSA guy. And then he became a content creator and his food looks pretty good. So that's wonderful. Okay, so in Aries season, we've got meditation, creativity, Knight of Cups. Here we go with that youthful energy. Now we've got a gray horse. So now we're in the gray area. I kind of like it. We're progressing, boy. We're progressing now. So Pisces is doing good for some people. Sometimes it's going to, evoke some negative emotions because there's retrograde and then there's nostalgia. And then we've just got stubborn people who refuse to change their ways. So they're going to always be in receivance of karma, the bad shit. So, Aries, we've got this for meditation, maybe contemplation, apathy, reevaluation, disconnected. So right now, while you're meditating, you're disconnected, and that is okay. And that's good. A good environment for semen retention. Don't say I didn't tell you. So then you've got Libra and Scorpion energy. So somebody's a cusp and it's creativity and romantic charm, imagination, beauty, night, shining armor. Following the heart, Prince Charming proposals. Okay, this energy is trying to interrupt where I'm coming in at, and this is a Libra Scorpio cusp. Get out of here, sir. That's what that gray area is. Somebody's trying to bring in some little dusty little offer in this cup, and I'm not seeing it as that. It even had its wings. It's a fast offer. Nobody wants it. But we're in Aries season, and I guess this is when this little dusty offer is going to come, but nobody wants it. That's a Libra Scorpio cusp. Oop, let me get the card. It's a Libra Scorpio cusp with the gray area. So somebody's trying to get in on somebody's gray area with creativity, romantic charm, imagination, beauty, and night. So somebody's coming in with the illusions in Aries season, and it's a hard yes on that. Yes, they are. Be on the lookout. Guard your bank cards. Guard your damn door, your keys, your car keys, your engine, your womb, your penis. Guard every damn thing because during tax season, I don't think so. Anybody can fake it until they make it during tax season. So definitely guard your grill, guard your teeth, guard your mouth. Both the things that you say and the things that you accept in it, okay? Guard your mouth. Don't let people put things in your drink, roofie you, drug you, make you fall asleep while they rob you blind, things of that nature. Be very guarded about that. All right, and this is in Aries season. This is what Aries. This is Aries reading. So yes, meditation, definitely be in contemplation. Do some good shit like eat some fruits and vegetables, and be by yourself sometimes. It's not always good to always have somebody in your ear. Just like it's not always good to listen to music with words. Sometimes you need the frequency to set forth. Because if you're always listening to somebody else's intentions, when will you listen to yours? Especially if you listen to the same thing over and over again. We know that some people use them as, hype music and things of that nature. But at some point, some of their personality does rub off on you. So just be mindful of the things that you listen to repetitiously. Then we've got the Hangman, which is stagnation, and that is the 4 to the 12, which is bringing that. Bringing that to the 16, which is a 7, and it takes 7 days to complete a very good thing. And that's 7 days of the week, 7 whole days, and I work from you 7 whole nights, and I about you. I can't. Hey. Okay, Tony Braxton, somebody is learning how to be by themselves and somebody don't want to be. So I'm sorry that that person is stalking you, but they will get over it. You have to go no contact, Greystone, whatever it is. Sometimes you got to let that person suffer. And I know. You're suffering too. Missing a person that's no damn good is natural, okay? You get used to it. It's comfortable. They know that damn shit you like, but that's what keeps getting you caught up because they know that damn shit you like. Stop liking it. Okay? Stop liking it or put a pause or hide the fact that you still like it because this person knows your love language and they obviously know how to distract you while they sneak back in. Damn, you're like, that PlayStation's in here again. You're like, shit, she bought that damn lip gloss and left it on my sink. God forbid it to smell a bad one. Pew. Anyway, so in Aries season, I'm going to ask that you be bold or get into the Aries Emperor energy. I don't care if you're a female or a male. If you're getting into your Emperor energy, that means that you're not standing for it. You're standing up for yourself and you're not falling for the BS. Yes. Don't let nobody be full of themselves in front of you because they might empty you. That might be an energy vampire and they're sucking you dry because how else will they fill themselves up? Because they're an empty vessel. This person needs you to be them. Even if you don't have no money, they like your friends. They like your house. They like the softness of your round derriere as they pass by because they get to brag about it later on or having access to it. Or they get to brag about how they were careless about it, man or female. I heard a female say, I just had to marry a man with money, but he don't even know I don't even like men. I like girls. But he pay the bills and he'll let me sleep with one in front of him. Like, Miss Ma'am, sir, both y'all raggedy. Y'all is desecrating the whole damn point of it. Y'all could have just stayed on the clearance rack for all that. That's not a good example. You guys could have just been hooking up for the rest of your lives. And no one needed to know that information. Anyway, so with that being said, we're going to wrap up Aries season. Pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, view things different than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, release. And if you're into that type of thing and it works for you, keep it to yourself. And don't pull nobody in and don't push nobody in. Because my friend, I won't say the next part because, yeah. See in Sheol. Don't judge nobody's meat. Don't spoil nobody's meat. But definitely don't try to make someone eat it either. Okay? You can't force people into your toxic situations. Let it go. All right. So that's Aries season. Just wipe it out. Wipe it out. I'm putting it in. I'm putting it. I like singing it. And I like my other reader that I like to visit sometimes. Her name is Tiara, something like that. But goats, something like that. And she be having me laughing. I think she is Sagittarius because she be coming off brash sometimes, but she be telling the truth. So sometimes I be having to sit there and listen. because sometimes good advice doesn't always feel good, but you do need to listen because it might be something in there for you. Learn to take constructive criticism and also learn to know when that is not constructive at all. Somebody just playing a damn fool in your face and they're hiding it as advice. They suck. Okay, so Taurus, step up. Here we go. Knight of Swords at the bottom. Ambitious, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast-thinking, defending beliefs. This person has Capricorn and Aquarius in their chart. Air, 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 air. So this is a person that stays up in the mental, not so much emotional, very, very mental. This is a mental gamer. This is somebody who's very strategic, okay? Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus is very strategic, can be called mutable sign. A master of a lot of trades, very ambitious, able to do a lot of things, but sometimes they don't let their heart in and it diminishes all of the work they've done up here because you need a heart to connect, okay, to actually have compassion about the things that you do and to have integrity about it. Like a heart is required, okay? So we got the Queen of Cups in Taurus. So there's compassion, calm, nurturing. What are you doing, Queen of Cups, over here in Taurus? And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, abundance, manifestation. All right, Taurus. So, ooh, and then we've got the 10. And so that means 11. So we've got a Master Ascension in Taurus. Order in the court. We've got a Master Ascension in the Taurus. All right. And we've got Piscean energy over here. So it is coming back to deep emotion. So there's air and earth. There's air, earth, and water. We've got a great mix for some great things. You know, clay and brick, they kind of need all of that going on. Earth and, yeah, we need all of that to make a good foundation. Clay, brick and mortar shop. Somebody opening a business or thinking about getting a building, a brick and mortar. You might want to move in on that, but be careful. Pay attention to the least in the fine print. Okay, if you're a Taurus and you've got Gemini energy, Cancer energy, and Pisces energy. If you are a Taurus, and these are the players in the field, there's an ascended master. There's somebody old involved. I think that has something to do with the investment of the Pentacles. But somebody's looking toward a brick and mortar, or they're hitting bricks. Let me stay away from that. I don't like bricks. Up the 10 licks. Oh, Wilt Chamberlain might be significant. Anybody know about that Gucci Mane thing? All right. So yeah, we're gonna step on out of that. I don't like to tell people business. So this is 11 ascended master. So somebody's looking for a bricks and mortar business. They're looking for a storefront or a front. Have no idea. Taurus, this might be a good contract, may not be. Just pay attention to the fine print and pay attention to the people and pay attention to the snakes that might be in your circle. You might have to cut the grass low, or you might just have to scorch the earth, okay? Sometimes you do have to start over, and that is okay. Sometimes you just have to tear it down and build it back, okay? That's for you, Taurus. Let's get on to Gemini. Step it up, twins. Step it up. I love you. From your neighborhood love dealers, the Gemini is the lovers of the deck. That is the arms. The Taurus is the neck. Yeah, a bull's neck is supposed to have all those veins and the muscles running through it. So definitely be careful of the Taurus's neck. It is very powerful, as the Aries is the face and the head, okay? And we already know that the Pisces is the feet. Why are the feet and the head stuck so close together? It's no wonder why. Think about it. All right, let's keep going. And Gemini, let's do what you came to do. All right, and we've got Judgment. First one out, Queen of Pentacles. Second one out, Ace of Swords. Baby, 21 blackjack is you, and it's you, boo. 21 is the number that is out here. We've got a 20, which is judgment. You're calling judgment on someone, or you're under judgment. Maybe you're under good judgment, or you're under bad judgment, but you're under judgment nonetheless. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, and mercy. So Gemini, you might be forced to give someone some forgiveness. That does not mean reconciliation, even if you are forgiving. That just means that you have released yourself from all contracts that were binding you to them. You should not have any feelings toward anybody going through good or bad, because you've done all that you can do. And when you've done all you can do, you set it down and you let it go and you surrender. Everything else is above you now, Gemini. If you're in a Gemini energy, if you are a lover and it's just the arms, give yourself a big old hug, because you've done all that you can do. All right, lover. Queen of Pentacles, and then we've got this Sag Capricorn energy. These are cusps. So maybe there's a Queen of Pentacles. It looks like she's in a heat of passion. Yellow and red. That's pretty good for me. It's good energy. It's extreme passion, illumination, fiery, bright, looking forward, very optimistic, cheery. Who is this lady? Okay, so that's a yes. Nurturing, practical, providing financially, and a working parent. So if you are this lady, if you have already passed judgment and you can do no more, all you can do is get on your throne and relax. Watch everything that you have in your hand grow. Peace is a thing too, you know. If you like peace, that'll grow too. People will leave you alone. You'll be out of it. You're out of the illusion that Pisces had us all in for quite some time. You're out of the illusion, Queen of Pentacles, because you know last year was Pisces. Yeah. Yeah. So, Queen of Pentacles, here you are in your valor, your beautiful, virtuous way. You're on your throne, you're humble, your crown is protected, and you are very grounded here. There is no water. You are done being in your feelings. It's about this bag, it's about this life, it's about this peace, okay? You're not dealing with any messiness. You ain't for that in and out stuff. You said what you said. Judgment. Then this is the Ace of Swords. You see how cold that is? That's cold. That's ice cold. You see? There isn't a hint of red in it. But what's in it is silver and gold. And you know what else is in it? That's steel. That's steel. That quick, cold steel. That's the FAFO. Okay? Step up and get cut off if you come with any of that bull, all right? I got all I need. I got all my weed. I got everything, okay? I got my shillings. I've got my crown. Everything sharpened. Everything is going on. You're going to go to the wasteland if you come over here with that bull, all right? I'm cutting it off at the pass. I'm protected. Everything is going on with me good, all right? Mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery, precise. Surgery is a practice of precision. Okay? And that also lends to the word science. Science is applied knowledge to something that is rendering under test. That is always being tested, always can be tested, tried, and proved. That is a science. This is why sometimes people say cooking is a science. This is a science. When a person says it's a science, it is a science. Okay? It's a word. Just like ology is a whole word by itself. Look it up. All right. It's a branch of study, just for the ones who don't know. I think it's a suffix. Prefix. Suffix. I think it's one of its parts. Okay. So, yeah. Mental clarity. And that was in Gemini. So if you got Gemini in your chart, you're dealing with the Gemini, you just have Gemini-ish ways. It's time for you. It's above you now. You did everything that you can do. You helped. You fulfilled your contract. So now it's time for you to sit in your throne. The judgment has been made in your favor. You have nothing else to do. You have surrendered it to the Most High. It is above you now. Okay, Gemini? Thanks for coming to our TED Talk. You don't have to worry. No burdens. Now it's the burden of proof for everybody else. Everybody else has to worry about themselves. You did all you could do. Nobody can put this in your hands anymore. At least not for sure. Not without lying egregiously. I like that word egregious. I like how it rolls off the tongue. Now, okay. The Empress was at the bottom, which is that 3 energy that I love picking up, that I picked up this morning, that 33 vertebrae thing. That's an ascended master. Somebody is ascending. Congratulations to you. The sun is coming out. Did you see how bright it got? Illumination. Somebody is definitely awakening to the BS. They're awakening to the things that they have to do to get in full alignment. They are making the adjustments, and this is wonderful for you. I love the fact that the sun came out doing our reading. Okay, so I spent a lot of time over here, but this is abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action. And the Empress is also the Emperor too, especially when he's balanced. He can do all these things. He can be a good parent. He can have growth. He can have fertility. Because guess what? You need sperm to inseminate, okay? And that's why it's good for retention, so that you have all the good guys there and you're not passing on all of the losers at the end. Okay, so abundance, nurturing, you want to let go some good soldiers when you go back into it, my friend. Maniacal laugh. Okay, so let's get off of Gemini. How are you? How are you? Hey. All right, we're done with the Gemini, so let's get on to Cancer. Hi, my crybaby boo-boos. So there's judgment for you guys. Okay, saving money. You got to hold on to your money. You got to hold on to your pinnacles. You got to count your pinnacles. You got to watch somebody else's money. Are you pocket watching, Cancer? You guys are messy. You guys have diarrhea of the mouth, and you're always passing about, and you're always gossiping, whether you need it or not. All somebody's got to do is loosen your lips somehow, some way, and you're going to tell it all. You cannot hold water, especially if you're one of those grief cancers that's always using all sorts of scenarios to bend somebody's will. Yeah, that Cancer, I'm talking about you. So Empress energy popped straight out, and then we had and I'm gonna keep shuffling. And then something got turned upside down, which is the Justice. So something is upside down for you, Cancer. Your Justice is upside down, and it was in the deck, so something is hidden. You have some upside down situation that is hidden itself. It's a little it wasn't too far in. It's just started. So you've gotten yourself into some bull crap, Cancer, and it's fast moving because the Chariot is here. The 7 popped out, and I wasn't even looking for it. And the Queen of Swords, you're being cut off by some type of females. It looks like a whole Hierophant group. Might not be unbiased, judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, perceptive. You getting cut off. This is Justice. This is a Virgo, Libra, your situation, because Cancer, this is you. You done. You a cooked duck. Stick a fork in them, they done. That you. Willpower and control. You have none. This is 7. You're sneaky. You've been cut off because you don't have willpower and control, and this is fast moving. All of your karma about to sit on your neck all at one time. You're going to get up and you're going to feel like there's an elephant sitting there. No, that's all the bullshit you did returning back to you. Not from one person, not from 2 person, not from 3 person, but for everybody in your life that you done messed up with. And I'm telling you, it's going fast. Man and woman, Cancer. I don't know what y'all done did out here in this world, but your karma is about to come sit on you all at once. You've been getting away with it for a very, very long time. Let me see what come out. I got 77. So somebody's either 77, or they was born in 77, but it say something about 77. I don't know what year that is, but that's the year that I got, 77. Somebody born in 77? What's going to happen when you turn 77? I got 14, which is a 5, which means it's just changes and options, which means you got the option to change or you don't. It's coming for you. It don't matter. Either way, you can change, but you're still having them changes. Them changes is going to happen regardless of whether or not. And then we've got Aquarius energy sitting right next to the Cancer. So dang, sneaky damn bastard. Cutthroat, 77. Cutthroat. That's a drink. That's a sweet drink. Somebody trying to drink. Somebody trying to sweeten it up with a drink. Somebody trying to sweeten a deal with a drink. It's a sweet drink. I know the 7s is a drink. 7s is a drink. It's a cheap drink. $77. Somebody born in 77, 14, 5. Somebody with a lifestyle 5, which is changes and options. Life path 5, changes and options. You need to change. That's your option. Queen of Swords, cut off, justice and Virgo, unbiased judgment, clear perspective, movement, progress, action, integration, determination, willpower, control, direction, departure, courage. So somebody's trying to have a lot of willpower as they try to change something. They might have to depart. Where they departing from, have no idea. Betrayal, deception, getting away with something, acting strategically, trickery. 77. This that 7 with that betrayal, deception, getting away with something, acting strategically, trickery, and it is the Aquarius. It is this Aquarius here that is definitely sneaking around. Looks like they're sneaking around. 1, 2, 3 tents. They're sneaking around the neighborhood. It's an Aquarius sneaking around the neighborhood. Cutthroat as hell. Look at him. Look at him. Trying to sneak. Got a nerve to be tiptoeing. But you got on red. Whatever you did, you was bold when you did it. Now you tiptoeing. Whatever it is, Aquarius, somebody is, I don't know, 77, born in 77, dealing with somebody in 77, something about a 14-year-old. Are you out here messing with little kids? Is that what you're doing? Is that why you sneaking around? I don't know. All right, so it's a 14-year-old or 14 or 41. You mess with, hey, you mess with somebody that was 41 and you did something to him. Because this person don't look that old, okay? So it's 41, 14, a 77, a 5 path, which is changes and options. I don't care if you do change, you don't have the option because you didn't have any willpower. So you just got to deal with the karma. Be easy. I really don't have any words for you. All right, so yeah, that was that. So push on, Cancer. I see it's very karmic, very karmic, very toxic. Oh boy, gotta get out of that. Very karmic, very karmic, very toxic, very toxic. If I do say so myself, very toxic. All right, woo, Cancer. I'm so glad to get away from you. Leo, pop it up, big cat, pop it up, big cat. Hello. All right. So we got the King of Cups, emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic control, balanced, supportive leader, tolerant, sympathetic. Big cat. Big cat. Big guy. Big guy. Baby big guy. Hey. So we got the King of Cups. Now we got the Aquarius. Now we got a North Node Aquarius popping out here with the with this Pisces energy, King of Cups, emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic control, balanced, supportive leader, tolerance, and empathetic. And the answer is yes to whatever it is you was thinking about. All right, so we got the third deacon Aquarius, second deacon Pisces. And we're in Leo energy, so we're deep in the emotions, and you're trying to be very strategic, and you're thinking, you're trying to create something. All right, and you're trying to lead yourself out of the dark, probably. This is what this looks like. But why does this look like it looks like a woman. Is this a Leo woman that wants to control and dominate everything? Because boy, she looks like a narcissist. I'm not even gonna lie. This is the Leo reading, but you got this Aquarius energy and you've got this Piscean energy. And all I can say about this Leo, it looks like a very handsome chick. She's very angular. You see that chin sticking out there and you see that nose. That nose is very masculine. So there's a woman, even if she's not masculine in appearance, she's masculine in her thoughts. And she's trying to dominate things. This is a Leo. She's trying to think of a way to control things. And you see with this Pisces energy and this Aquarius energy, she's being very, very, very creative, but also using emotions to do the controlling, the dominating thing with. This looks like misplaced crying, misplaced anger, misplaced. So the way you can find this person out is there's a feminine Leo, whether it's a male or a woman. Looks like a man that bitches too much. Looks like a woman that's always trying to control things. And when they don't get their way, they start crying or some emotional breakdown happens in which they take control or chaos. Or they kick up enough chaos that you don't really see what they're doing while they're doing it. But this is that Leo woman and she sits on a throne. So she might be appearing as a divine feminine, although she's nothing divine about her mode of thought. It's nothing divine about her deeds. But she does sit on a throne, I guess her self-imposed pedestal that she bought herself. So she bought her own pedestal, sat on it, and then acts like people put her on a pedestal. No, ma'am, you bought that damn pedestal. Okay? You bought it. So you should be able to sit in it. But the thing is, There should be no one in your court because you are a clown, a jester to be exact. Okay. So go sit down somewhere. All right. So this is that feminine or transgendered King of Cups because this is a King of Cups. But why does the face look at the face? Doesn't the face look feminine? And it says King of Cups. You can't make this shit up. I'm not making it. That's why I want to show you cards. See? That is a King of Cups. That looks like a woman. So either that's a feminine man or a masculine woman, or it's a group. Either way, they put themselves on self-imposed pedestals, but they're clowns. Because look at this. Isn't that what the jester usually? This is like a little short staff. I don't know. Go sit down somewhere. All right, so that's that energy, and that's what that was for Leo. I don't understand why she looks like that. Mm. Yeah, we're done with you, Leo, because that's wild. And you got the Hierophant group out here that I was talking about. So there's a group of them. It's a group of these people. Either they are in the LGBTQ community, or people don't know that they just get drunk and hunch on each other, because that could be a possibility. Yeah, I once went to a club like that, and it definitely wasn't Buns, but it was definitely giving Buns vibes. Like it's like a den of them, and they get a kick out of trying to turn out straight people. Like you go in straight, and somebody's going to try to turn you. Like be careful. If you're not that way, don't hang out with them. They are pushy, and if one of them happens to target you and decide that's the person they're going to target, they're going to like turn out. These people are pushy. They will try to push past your boundaries in any way. And it's disrespectful, and it's dangerous, and it's harmful. And stop trying to be a protected group while trying to extort and exploit everybody else. Everybody deserves protection. If you deserve protection, so do we. Okay? If you want your lifestyle protected, the straight people want their lifestyle protected too. They don't want to always be trying to be coerced into shit that they didn't ask for. Okay, stop doing that. All right, and that was the end of Leo's energy. Okay, so now we're going into Justice, which is Libra. Libra, hello, hello, hello. We're going into the Justice of the Libra. I guess that was Justice that I just administered, right? These crabs are smelling so good. Just pardon me. I just want to taste what I did, right? Because I steamed them this morning. Yeah. Yeah. I did them boys right. Let me go ahead and finish because I'm gonna need a moment to myself. That was good. The garlic, the lemon, seasonings I jumped on. Good Lord Almighty. Your girl did it. I did real good by myself. All right, Libra, step up so I can get my greedy butt back over here. The last is Aquarius. The last sign will be Aquarius. Ooh, somebody with me shut up, or somebody don't like my mouth. Let me clear my throat. Have mercy, baby. I hope you don't mind. Let me clear my throat. Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles. Ooh, look at this union. I think he liked me. Look, you see how that man looked more like a man? And that other one looked like a woman. I told you. You could see it. You could see it in the cards. If you look close enough and you actually have a brain, you can see it. So yeah, I think it like me. So the Queen of Swords is cutting them off. She's cutting them off. You can FAFO. She's cutting them off at the pass. She don't want no clowns, no sucker energy. Sucker free is the queen, okay? Libra energy giving big is Libra, Virgo cusp, unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct, communicative, clear-minded, perceptive. So you don't have to be a Libra to be in this Libra energy, which is justice. This means that you are loving yourself. You are allowing yourself to use the whole sentence of no, and you're applying it directly. Just like that good old lotion. You ain't ashy today. Not you. You're not ashy today. All right. So the King of Pentacles, wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, generosity. Either this is you or this is the man that is coming in to be your boo. He gonna be my baby boo. I love it. I love it. I'm so annoying when I'm bubbly. Okay, so I can be big Leo, big Virgo energy. Okay, love leadership. Leadership is wonderful. So either you have it and you totally balance your chakras to the point where you have feminine and masculinity mastered. And this also will bring in your future mate and they will be able to mirror you without you feeling like somebody's copying you or hating on you. Who wants a hating ass spouse? Stop hoeing off my hard work. Yeah. So yeah, if this is not a balanced feminine, well, ready to cut off with unbiased judgment, willing to hear you out before they say, you know what, that's all right. I'm okay. I don't need it. Able to sensibly say, that was a good offer and I appreciate it. I'm flattered, but that's not the move for me. I don't feel like I should be moving forward with that. And people should be able to accept it. And if they don't, they can kick rocks respectfully with no shoes on. And that's just the way it has to be. And yeah, and the male, if this is a male who's waiting for their baby boo, you know what I'm saying? He's stewarding his wealth, his business, his leadership. He's securing his place. He's making sure he ain't got people coming through the block system, making sure knocking on his door, ringing on his ring camera. People don't have access to his codes, don't have access to his accounts and things of that nature. He's not hooked up to anything anymore. So this couple looks like they done did all the work that they needed to do. She making sure she cut anything off at the pass so nobody can infiltrate her life before this man gets to her. And he's sitting here secure and he kick you in your head you approach that daggone thing right now. He's not looking for no lowlies. He's sitting on his throne. He making sure he cut off everything because when he brings his wife to his kingdom, which is as it should be, little girl, stop looking for a man. Thank you. Sit down. Now, dude, as you sit and you secure your kingdom before you go and retrieve your wife and bring her home, you're gonna make sure she ain't got to go come home to nobody try to jump out the bushes on her, jump out the closet on her. You're gonna make sure you're not gonna go to sleep and wake up a whole different person on her. That post nut clarity type of shit y'all be doing. You're gonna make sure that your mama can't come over there and disrespect her, and she ain't coming over there to do that. You're going to make sure you're not going to compare her to any of your old lovers, and you're not going to compare her to anybody on your social media. And you're going to be prepared to either love this woman or release her back into the wild. And she should come prepared to either love you or go on about her business and not do the latter, which is stalking, right? So if we got an equal balance, we can be adults in all ways, always at all crossroads. We don't have to worry about people coming in and messing up what we got going on. We don't got to worry about if I want to quit my job and we got all our bills paid, you going and talking to your homeboy or your girlfriend, talking about, oh, they done quit their job. I wonder what they going to do. No, we had a plan. We chose to stick it out together and we chose to make money together. And we also had a plan for me to quit. We also had a plan for me to find better employment or vice versa. Sometimes y'all carry y'all business to the wrong people. And you wonder why it's a hole poked in the bubble you thought you were building for yourself, but it is you who gave that person the needle. It is you who gave them the information they needed to infiltrate what y'all had going on. And if not, you guys were not together long enough to withstand the attacks that does happen. Either you got married or you decided to be together, but I'm telling you, that spirit, that entity that probably sees the potential in your relationship will come and attack for at least 3 years. If you can stay faithful to a person for 3 years, why mess that up? Even though there are people that come in with intentions on messing it up from the forefront, but that's the power of discernment and looking at red flags and saying, you know what, this ain't gonna last. This is not a good investment. And you have to be prepared to do that at any given time. Love or no love. It's called loving yourself and wanting to do better and not wanting to wake up and feel malice or bad toward another person. It's about doing it before you get to the point of violence and hate and doing things that cause hurt down the line or collateral damage. So this is why it's important for us to really heal ourselves before we keep making other human beings who we're not really prepared to give all our instructions to, because we're still in the process of taking instruction. We'll never be finished taking instruction, but unless we've caught up to ourselves, how are we going to steward for someone else? A lot of that job got laid by the wayside back in like the mid 70s. The stewardship stopped happening, and then the stewardship became corrupt, and then the stewardship just became extinct altogether. People were just being bad examples as an excuse for comfort, and this time is coming over, and I'm so glad for it. It's like the whole world lost economics class. They lost the domestication that it needs to function as a human race. Pardon me for getting so deep in Libra, because it's like justice, okay? Karmic. Okay, all right, Libra, let me pull the cards for you and get us done. One, King of Swords. That Aquarius energy came back out. So this is a Taurus, Gemini, head over heart, decision, discipline, truthful, honest, mental clarity, authority. So this is an air trine that's here. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This is a grounded Gemini that is making head over heart decisions, discipline, truthful, honest, mental clarity, and authority. Standing on business. You see this sword? This is just a different angle from the other card. This is for the front. And you see how this face still looks feminine, even without a smile. This is definitely a feminine, but she's got no smile on her face. She's fed up, and you will get cut. That knife looks a bit sharp. There's horns up there. Don't mess with her. You're going to meet the horns. There's a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius cusp, because Aquarius came right out after it. Dealing with conflict, ready to handle business, disagreements, competition, defeat, winning at all costs, sneakiness, bullies, theft, abusive relationships, cutting them off. Yep, this Five of Swords, you're cutting them off. And you're still holding some swords in case they double back, in case you got to cut them again. All right, Fruit Ninja. I don't know who used to play that game, but Fruit Ninja can be significant. All right, Aquarius energy, instability, exaggeration over exertion, strife, changes, freedom, loss. So this Taurus Gemini is cutting off. And it's a Aquarius energy that's in conflict, disagreements, defeat, and tried to win at all costs, and probably still trying to win at all costs. I told you the little bastard was sneaking around with those little boots on earlier. Sneakiness, bullies, theft, abusive relationships. So this person's got his hands in a lot of different pots, and kind of a bully. That's that coercive, and a thief. So this is the scam artist, and they abuse all relationships because they don't value any relationship. This is a 5-6. This is 11. This is an ascended master in the wrong way. So this person has definitely graduated. This person knows what they are doing, but they are doing it nonetheless. This person is going to get their asses handed to them because they know better. This person is already ascended. This person knows better. This person has applied practice. This person does have occult knowledge. This person is dead wrong, and they doing it in the face of the Most High. Oh my goodness, blasphemy is what it is. All right, Aquarius. I don't want any of your karma, so I'm backing up out of here. So this is that Libran energy, this Libra Aquarius Gemini cusp. There's a lot going on, and like I said, there's a sign that collects the same signs. They collect Aquariuses, they collect air trines. They are looking specifically for air signs to do exactly what it is they're doing. It's a science. They have it down to a science. This is occult knowledge. There's a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. They have it in their charts. It's more than one because there's a collection, and they're kind of doing that same crap that they're doing with Pisces. It's like the Pisces and the Aquarius interchangeably are like the worst villains in the world. They're like Machiavellian villains. They're like Professor Moriarty times 10. You understand? This person is a smartass. This person has wrecked their heart. This is what I was talking about as far as a froward heart. It's like an abomination. It's like a human being that walks around with no brain and no heart. They're full of either demonic thoughts and bad deeds. Like they know they're empty. It's like an empty vessel, and they just are automatically on go with everybody. It's like a person, every time you talk to them, they spew negativity or they spew doubt or they spew pessimism. This person is diabolical. This is a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and it's like a group of them because somebody actually focuses on dating and copulating with this sign, whether it's a man and a woman. This person is not above anything, and it's not even about being gay or bisexual. It's about dominion and control and access to people's bodies. This person is diabolical. It has nothing to do with sexuality. I don't even think this person is even connected to the deed anymore. If they're laughing, if they're enjoying sex, it's because they're trying to hurt you. This is how sick this individual is. Yeah, it's a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. They might have a big member, they might have a small member. Either way, when they have sex, it's with the intent to hurt, scar, or maim. This person might have an STD, a STI, and they might be trying to give it to somebody purposely. That is also dark magic, but also in a purpose of hurting somebody or putting mind controls on somebody, digmatize somebody, have sex with them to the point where you evoke something in their body to where it causes trauma to the point where it makes a bond. Like traumatizing somebody, hurting somebody, doing a situation like that can cause a trauma bond. That's like when a person loses their purity, their virginity. That moment is a trauma bond because so it's something like that. This person likes to recreate situations of hurt in people's lives to gain control over them or to just connect to them on a soul level. This person is sadistic and they're masochists. They don't mind any pain as long as you hurt. Like this person is sick. I want to get out of this energy. It's nasty. It's disgusting. I don't like it. They're broad. They're very bold, and it might have something to do with the Leo. These are the characters. This is a Libra reading. There's a Taurus. There's a Gemini. There's an Aquarius, and there's a Leo. And I think it has something to do with the connection of that Pisces energy because that Pisces energy is definitely prevalent in this reading. All right, I want to go. I want to get out of here. I want to go. I want to get out of here. I do. Disgusting. All right, let's go. Let's go. We're out of Libra. We're going into Scorpio. Let's get some passion. Let's get some color back in my cheeks. And let's get me over to these crab legs because I am smelling them. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's go, Scorpio. Let's go, Scorpio. And I see the High Priestess and the Fool out here. We're taking chances and we're at a point 2. Which is in February, which we are at. We're at February, and if you turn around, it's a 20. Either way, it's a 2. This is the bottom of the deck. This is the maybe BJ. Somebody keeps talking about a BJ, and they want to try to get it from the High Priestess. Let me say this. You don't respect her if this is all you want to do with her. If all you want to do is get a sexual favor out of her, you don't respect her, and you should eat dust. And if you reduce people to this like all the time, don't be tripping if you find that you die alone. And I'm saying this out of the kindness of my heart. People who reduce people to just actual favors and small menial things, they don't respect anybody and they don't really respect themselves. So don't be surprised if you don't find anybody that feels as common as you do and wants to live the rest of their life in happily subservient bliss. Nobody wants to do that, okay? Because this is what I'm getting every time. And it's a fool that would think it, okay? And it says Uranus next to Uranus, okay? It's self explanatory and it's on the card. See? The fool. You see the word Uranus. And you see that BJ right there with that. Like, if this is what you think about the high priestess, let me tell you something. You're going to learn something really freaking quick. Anyway, back to reading the cards. New beginnings, possibilities, innocence, spontaneous optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, and pleasure. See, you're thinking about pleasure. I knew it. And intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious. I just said it before I even read the cards. The subconscious, divine, feminine, trust yourself, sensitivity, purity, and high morals. If you think somebody gonna be getting on their knees in front of you just to make you feel some kind of way and stroke your ego, I hope she bite it. I don't promote violence, but I don't promote bullshit. Anyway, yeah, and that's a two. Anyway. Scorpio, let me get your stuff together because just pissed me off. That must be that nasty energy that's lingering over the Scorpio. So there is a Scorpio that thinks like that, or a Scorpio cuss, whether they're a Scorpio cuss with the Libra or a Scorpio cuss with the Sagittarius. That's all you think about? Get your mind out of the gutter. All these diseases and stuff out here, and this is where you at? No wonder the world is in doom. We got the moon, which is intuitive, illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious premonition. So somebody else is just as powerful as this, and they actually know just as powerful as that, and they actually know. They see what I'm talking about. They know exactly what I'm talking about because they pull cards too, or they know. Knight of Pentacles, hard work, productivity, routine, conservation, efficiency, responsibility. They have a little bit of darkness to them. But it might not be a dark worker. We don't know. It might change. We don't know. Knight of Wands, energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless, impulsiveness. This is a brown horse and it's golden looking. It looks gold. It looks brandishing. It looks copper. Looks like a very good knight. Looks very promising. So looks like out of the nasty energy of the cusper, the Scorpio, the Scorpio moon rising sun, coming out of illusions, 18, and that's the only number that's here, which is a 9, which means that you're almost there. And we don't know what this night is coming in with. Be very careful to listen to the fine print, listen to the things that are not being said, and make your no a whole sentence if that is what it is. But you do have a good offer coming in. You've got a Knight of Pentacles coming in to basically look like he's doing hard work and he's productive. It looks that way because it's tax season. Mind you, this is Aries and Taurus. Might be an Aries Taurus cusper, might just be an Aries, might just be a Taurus, might just have the energy, has nothing to do with signs. It's all about energy and traits. Then you've got the Knight of Wands who's coming in on this beautiful stallion of a horse. It's strong, it looks sturdy, it's kind of fat and flourishing, looks very abundant. Energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless, impulsiveness. He might not be the richest guy because he's the Knight of Wands, but he's got, he's got pretty good loving, and he's loving, and so if that's what you want, take it and work with it. If it's not what you want, you deal with this Knight of Pentacles who's probably got some money, but you might get knocked between the fridge and the countertop. Who knows? Because he's a little dark. He might make fun of you. He might, exploit your weaknesses or something, But if money is what you're gonna pick, go on with them. But he works hard, he gets money, It might become routine, might be a little stingy, might be like military-ish. He might even be responsible, but he will be responsible for them black eyes that you might get too. So Scorpio, just pay attention because you have good and bad offers coming in. Beware of discernment and don't let money trick you. Don't let a person's outside be a reflection of the inside. You might have to stick around a little bit until you get the truth, but sometimes the red flags are right there in your face. Just pay attention. You see, he has pentacles, but he is also on a dark horse. He has a big wand, but he's on a brown horse. Don't get digmatized neither. Sometimes they be broken. They have good sex. It ain't shit either. So it's really up to your discernment and what you're going to accept. But the moon will illuminate you. Just give it time. Move slower. Take your time. Background checks are necessary. Look around. See what's going on. Don't knock things over, you know. Leave like you came in peace if you can. Do the best you can. Might be some Gemini in your energy. You just got to do the best you can, and it's above you now. All right, so let's go into Sagittarius. I'm in love with the Sagittarius. Hey, Beyonce. Ooh, what's all that? Let me see it before I put it back. That was the 5. That was the conflict. That was the King of Swords. That's head over heart. That was negative thoughts by the Gemini. So there is a Taurus, Gemini that has bad thoughts and they don't like it. They don't want to change. This is the Ace of Wands. New project, urge to create, inspiration, willpower, desire, power, potential beginnings, new opportunities, growth. So there's a Gemini that's not accepting change very well. As that Aquarius energy. It's a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, cusp. I told you somebody is going out here and they are harvesting air signs. It's like they know how to manipulate that sign. So that's all they go try to mess with. It's like they specifically pick out certain signs. Like some boy math is like that. They like feel like, all right, I know the results from the last one. So this is going to be the same. No, it might change. People change up. People get information. They inform themselves and they change the routine. Crazy. Anyway, so yeah. There's somebody who's harvesting air signs specifically or water signs specifically. It's like they know how to control this sign. So they're going to go and get a bunch of mates that have these traits. Whether or not it's the sign specifically or the traits. It's like they studying to weaken people. Specifically the divine feminine. Wow, that's crazy. Sagittarius, I'm not even in there yet. I just was doing some detective work, some spiritual detective work, seeing what that energy was that was in my interim. And here's the Emperor energy. Control is the verdict. That's what it is. It's control. What is this? This is the 8 of Cups. Disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism, walking away, leaving behind. So whoever was on the other end of this screen or on the other end of this message or in this message or the Geminis or the person that's messing with the Geminis or harvesting the air signs or the water signs specifically for traits. They got to walk away. This is the end of it. This is an 8. This is karma. They got to get ready to walk away. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and think it eventually is you crazy. It's not everybody else. It's you. All right, so let's do you, Sagittarius, because I'm trying to get to the cards. It's just all these other messages keep dropping out of my hands. Okay. 1, 2. Damn, it came out regardless. I tried to put it back. All right, so we got the 1 and the 17 and the 10. The 1 and the 17 is the 18, and the 10 is the 28, and that makes it a 10 again. So completion. So somebody walks away with the heavy burden and somebody walks away with the magician and somebody is still a damn star. Baby, I'm a star energy, Aquarius. So the grand trine. So this is the thing. It's very confusing when somebody keeps trying to harvest the same signs over and over again because it messes up the horoscope because it's very karmic. It's very karmic to think that you're going to abuse a certain sign or a certain trait or a certain gender or a certain this. Stop singling people out to hurt them because there's different groups that I'm called. That's the Hierophant. Those are the groups, the heads of groups. They keep doing this. This is being done on a small scale and a large scale. Remember what I said when it comes to the Beetlejuice. The whole town, they had the whole town upstairs in a room on a small scale. It was as though they were controlling the whole town with the small scale model. Take what resonates. Okay, so we got the magician on one side, action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, creativity. We are in the Sagittarius reading. They are the archers. They shoot with precision. That is the trait. Precise strikes, precise precision, the need for perfection, seeking it out, to have truth, to pinpoint. The magician is the one. Action, creation, manifestation, power, self confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, creativity. Boom. Then we got the star. Hope, calm, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, fortune, good omen, rejuvenation. Yes, this is Aquarius energy. Aquarius and Venus. This is a feminine star. This is the feminine star who's a magician who has manifestation powers. If you are a feminine man, or you are balancing your feminine traits, you are good at manifestation. You are hope, you are calm, you are all these things, but you are balanced. This is why you can balance the feminine energy. However, this fella over here with the archer here, the Sagittarius, there is a Sagittarius that will have to walk away with all heavy burdens, extra responsibility, hope, hard work, but it is complete. This cycle is complete. They just got to walk away with their tail tucked. I'm sorry. I'm not. They sorry. Ultimate completion, final manifestation, result of true will, recognition, continuation, realization, endings. So this is coming to an end, my friend. You take your burdens and you gone in the wind, all right? We're not dealing with you anymore. Stop trying to spread your karma. You want to take everybody down with you. You want to put all these wands in everybody's hand because you don't want to carry it by yourself. But the issue of the matter is you accumulated it by yourself. So why you don't want to carry it? You created all these problems. Regardless of whether you change or not, you still got to deal with the cause that you've been dealt. And now if you put 10 sticks down, you got to pick 10 sticks up and you got to carry them. It's called pickup sticks. It's a game. No tiddlywinks. All right, I'm done with Sagittarius. We're done with you, just like that dude is. They're done. Pack it up and go. All right. There are a lot of sirens going. Check on your loved ones. They are falling and dropping like flies. I can't say it's all karma. Some people just ain't never lived their life right. They never eat right. They never do right. And they damn sure keep smoking with them oxygen tanks on. What is wrong with you? The warning is there. And your silhouette matches the damn warning. It's like this. All right, Capricorn, step up with your stoic, funny self, with your old big heart that you hide from the whole entire world. Capricorn, let's go, let's go, let's go, Capricorn. Or are you a heartless devil? You know you got the goat at the end of it. You know that, right? You know that, right? All these animals, and you pick the satyr. All right, okay. So we've got the sun. Illumination, positivity, pleasure, fun, optimism, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth. All is well in the sun. And this is a 19. All is well in the sun, I told you. It's yellow here, but you see that's white. And you know the reason why we can see all of these reflections, because white absorbs all the colors and it's clarity. And that's what it is. And darkness reflects all the colors. So you see dark because it's all the colors all at the same time. You see how that works out? Science is a wonderful thing. It's applied knowledge, tested, tried, and proved over time, and redone again and revamped again. Such science. Okay, so we've got the sun, we've got the page of pentacles, and we've got the 9 of cups. All right, let's go, Capricorn. Almost there. Almost doesn't count. All right, so you can't pop out and pop your collar right now because almost doesn't count. You've got to get to security. You've got everything you need. You've got all the resources. But right now, you're wondering why you can't pop out right now, why spirit won't let you, why you get this doom feeling every time you want to pop out and show people, because it ain't time. Let it cook. Let it cook, okay? The sun, positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth, all is well. Page of Pentacle, manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, and diligence. Then we've got the Nine of Cups, which is the wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, and gratitude. All right, so let's talk about this here. See, the 19 breaks down to a 10, which is wish fulfillment, which means that you are just about there, but you're there by yourself. And God didn't make man to be by himself. He meant for you to either join yourself in union or join somebody else. There is someone out there for you. There is love. I would not tell you that. He wants you to be by yourself because you're great, and he wants somebody to discover this discovery of you being great. Now, the question is, does it have to be romantic? It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be platonic. It can be business. It can be in creativity. Some people meet each other as bandmates and they never break up as bandmates because they have an unspoken contract and they just go together like a hand in glove. You know what I'm saying? So when you get that situation, that's what you're waiting for, really. You're not waiting for it because it's going to happen, but let's just say you're keeping things clear so that the environment is good and not toxic when they come over, so that you don't have any reasons for these people to run away from you, okay? So that's the sign. Then we've got the Page of Pentacles, which is manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, and diligence. So you get to be on time because you don't have people holding you up, or you can work in your own time and you can do your own due diligence. You can spend that extra time. You can spend that extra money. You can spend time on that extra detail that you thought was important, and you don't have to worry about somebody coming in and saying, oh, you don't need to do that. Well, if I felt like it was necessary, leave me to my things and take your opinion somewhere else. And this is where you're going to be active at. You're going to be able to tell people to shut it on demand because this isn't what your thought was. When you got the call, it wasn't a conference call, it was your call alone. And you're okay with letting people know that. Okay, exit stage left. Even if you like these people, you're not so hard up on validation that you're going to allow somebody to come and change your picture. So you're going to stick to your guns and you're going to allow them to stick to theirs, and you guys are going to be in peace and merriment. Okay? So definitely looking forward to these new unions where people are agreeing to disagree. They're respecting your boundaries and your space, and they also check on you if they haven't heard from you in a day or two. They care about you. They really do. When they do things for you, it's not because they feel a push or a pull in any way. They do things for you because they want to see that smile on your face, and they genuinely enjoy your reaction when you receive things. And vice versa. You generally enjoy a person's reaction when you're giving them things, and this is wonderful. And this is this Nine of Cups. So after you've mastered giving to yourself without guilt, after you've mastered taking away from yourself without guilt, after you've mastered sacrifice and surrender, then your new mate will come in and help you shine up all those cups, and then it'll be 10. That's the last cup, is your mate's cup, or your soulmate's cup, or your twin flames cup, or just your divine counterparts part. Because I'm not going to tell you a lie. The twin flame journey is something you don't want to be on, or something you don't want to recognize you're on, because the observance, knowing, is that much harder. Knowing that you're in a twin flame journey is that much harder, because now you're supposed to know better. It's such a wild journey. So just be aware of the things that you get involved in. And yeah, this is Piscean energy, deep in your emotions, because you've handled all the things. So the last cup that you've got to tackle is your emotions, and making sure that you're not just throwing your emotions on the chopping block each time. And that looks like good emotions and bad emotions. It means not being ready to crash out, and it also means not ready to swoon and fawn out over everybody. So you have emotional discipline. Once this discipline is mastered, you'll be ready to pop out for the world, because the world will be testing your boundaries at every chance. New levels, new devils. There'll be doppelgangers. There'll be people that'll show up like your exes. There'll be people that'll show up in good spirit, and they'll look like your ex. And you have to be able to discern whether or not to treat them like that, or to move forward and discover a new person, a new personality. And you also have to be prepared to either retain that personality or let it go with no bad feelings. And this is why this isn't at a 10 yet, but it is close as it's going to get to wish fulfillment, but almost doesn't count. Once you've mastered emotional intelligence, you're well on the way, my friend. And that was for Capricorn's reading. Sometimes we just need a little tweaking in our lives. It's not that we've done anything bad. It's just that we've allowed too much toxicity to happen and we've let life live for us and we haven't reacted in the right places. And it's okay if you don't know. Everybody learns at their own pace. I noticed that my lips were getting dry at a really speedy pace. I guess it's because I'm really, really hungry. And I only had that orange. And I had some coffee today. I had coffee today. I did. There you go. Nice fix. This is like the mood stating gloss. I like it because it turns a little pinkish. It doesn't do too much. And I didn't want any lipstick in. I didn't feel like eating any color. It's like, I think it's like a mango butter base because it smells so good. Oh yeah. And I did the 19. I did the 19 and the sun. And what else was it? Shoot, why did the levers just pop out here like that? And the Hierophant popped out. What in the world did I do just now? Okay. So yeah, and then the 9 came out. So that was the 10 and the 19. So it still came back to a 10. Regardless of what, you see the numbers. It still came back to a 10. Because once you add the 1 and the 9, that's a 10. It has no number here because it's the Page of Pentacles. And then we had the 9, which made it 19 again. And then it turned back into a 10. Tonight we're going to party like it's 1999. I don't know who that's resonating for, but that's what it is. Prince Purple and androgynistic man. So there's a man that appears female-ish sometimes, appear male-ish sometimes. And they have a great personality and they're very creative. That's significant for somebody. Okay. So let's get on over here to Aquarius. I started in Pisces, so Aquarius is the last one. We're at the end. Yeah. Planning. So we have Aquarius and Aries energy. That's a 2. Planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, leaving home, travel plans. So somebody is about to be on the move. They're moving. They're traveling. Duality, togetherness, a settling of energy, union, love, balance. So someone's trying to find love or inner love or something like that. We are in Aquarius and this is Aries energy. So somebody's about to be bold about it. Why are the lovers in reverse? Are my cards upside down? Okay, boom. Gotta get it. So I was looking and the lovers is at the bottom of the deck. And this is Gemini energy and we're in Aquarius. So there's some bold moves being made, leadership moves being made. Somebody's got to lead the way. And that's what the Aries energy is. And it's the 2 of Wands. First deacon in Aries, planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, leaving home, travel plans. So Aquarius, you have travel plans. And it's the lovers. So I'm going to take it in the energy of the 6 and they have a 2 already down. And this is at the bottom of the deck. So this is like a last priorities as far as the lovers is concerned. Love, harmony, relationships, union, partnership, sexuality, passion, values, alignment, deep love of choice, strength of 2 together. Okay, so you're trying to travel away from this or something that you're disconnecting from. You're disconnecting from the lovers, okay? Aquarius, this is a 2 Aries energy, so it's a bold move being made. Oh, I put these back upside down. So the sun came out in this one, and it's positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth, all is well. So there is an Aquarius, Aries, Gemini, because I just saw the Gemini at the bottom of the deck. And we got this, we're in Aquarius reading, and this is a Aries 2 with the planning and the travel plans and wanting to leave home. So you're leaving a place that you call home or something, place that you're familiar with or someplace that grounds you. And then we've got this 19 out again, and it's the sun, positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, all is well. So you're trying to seek this energy. This is where you're traveling to. You're trying to get into this mind space, or physically you're trying to get somewhere that makes you happy. You're trying to travel somewhere, I guess, warm. Are you traveling? 219. 219 is specific. That's a date. That's February the 19th. That's in a day or two. Today is the 17th, so that's in 2 days. All right, so in a day or two, you're going to be traveling or considering travel. Aquarius, or maybe it's your birthday. Happy birthday to anyone who's having a birthday. But this says 219. So someone's definitely traveling. It's the Page of Pentacles. Manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition. So maybe you're traveling towards a new opportunity, a new resource, a new job, a new something. There's something new. And it's going to be a warm situation, or it's going to be sunny when this happens, or it's someone's going to find out. It's going to expose something. Something is being exposed. I mentioned 2019 earlier this morning, and this 219 is sitting here. What's 219? That's 21. That's 21 blackjack. That's back to the 3. It's creativity. So it's a life path number involved, or 3 people involved. It's the power of 3 involved. There's something like that. 219. There's something about an Aquarius and a Pisces. I'm getting an Aquarius and a Pisces. Something about connection. Something about traveling, manifestation, and a new opportunity. So there's Aquarius, Pisces, Cusper, or something like that. That's all the energy, and this 9 of Cups came out. This was old. I don't like redealing the same cups over and over again. Cards over and over again. But this definitely saying something about that 2019. Something that happened in 2019. I guess that's when a new opportunity got given between the Aquarius and the Pisces, or the Pisces to the Aquarius. This is what I'm picking up. This is what I just saw in the cards, but I'm going to respread because this is the last person. So I'm going to do the respread. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we got the 6 of Pentacles, then we got a 3, then we got a 9, then there's a 13. You know, Friday was a 13, and that's death. That's death and transformation. Yes, giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity, sharing. That is the Aquarius. Excuse me, water sign. Aquarius, water sign. Celebration, friendship, collaboration, creativity, friendship, community, happiness. Yes, this is the connection that happened in 2019. 9, 13. 9 plus 13. 22. That's February the 22nd. So it's an Aquarius Pisces from the 22nd, from the 2nd to the from February the 19th, or just February period, to the 22nd. I told you the Aquarius Pisces is connection, giving wealth, receiving, sharing, generosity, charity, sharing. So under the guise of charity or sharing or gifts, that's what it looked like. This is under the guise of celebration, for friendship, collaboration. So it looked like drinking. It looked like a celebration. It looked like they were creating an opportunity, creating a community, a friendship. It looked like happiness. They were happy when doing this celebration, when coming up with this connection. Death and transformation. It's the last card. I told you I had to respread the cards because that 2019 just was so suspicious to me. A lot of times it's not a coincidence. It's not a quinky thing. They happened. It was constructed. It was put together. It was a conspiracy. It was a civil conspiracy. Bam. CC's is CCC. That's a measurement of fluid. Somebody was using a syringe to administer some kind of medicine. Something happened. Nurse, what's up, doc? Okay, something happened. Death, endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, end of cycle. So death and transformation has happened. This is the end. This is the end of all. This is the end. This is the end. This is the end of the story. Animaniacs. Somebody Jewish, anti-Semitic. I don't know what's going on. I think that was a Jewish cartoon. So there's somebody, Jewish heritage, a doctor, a nurse, is somebody medical. CC syringe, somebody administered some type of medicine. It was the wrong type of medicine. Somebody has access to medication. There's a nurse. There's medical. There's a medical field. There's a common field. There's a common field of study. There's a science to the thing. Somebody had made a science out of doing this thing. This was very strategically set up. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's trying to travel. Somebody's trying to get away from it. And this is what I got. And before I give myself a headache because I am starving, I'm going to get ready to go. So take what resonates. Stay safe out here. Scammers be scamming. This was a 9. That was a 13. Yep, that's 22. All right. So Let's see if it come out a different way. So we got 13, and the 22 would have been a 4, right? The 22 would have been a 4. The 13 reduces to a 4. The 3 and the 6. The 3 and the 6 is a 9. And if I would have came up with 22, that would have been a 4. So either way, it was going to a 4. So it's roots and foundation, childhood. It's a foundation that has been toppled. That's it. That's it. Don't come for me, because somebody's spinning you.